Hello, I am Brian Tracy. I want to start with a simple yet powerful question. What is the one thing that holds you back from pursuing your dreams? Is it failure? The fear of judgment? The fear of the unknown? The uncertainty of what lies ahead? Fear is something that we all encounter at different points in our lives. But the key to understanding fear is this: fear is not a sign to stop, it is a signal to grow. Now, think about a time when you faced a challenge in your life. Maybe you were standing on the edge of a big decision, perhaps a new career opportunity, a move to a different city, or even starting a business. And in that moment, you felt that rush of anxiety, the butterflies in your stomach, the hesitation to take the next step. That is fear. And I want you to understand one thing today: fear will never go away. It's a part of life, and it's a part of you. The question is not how to eliminate fear, but how to face it, how to use it as fuel to drive you forward. You see, most people run from fear. They avoid it. They shrink from it. They settle for what's comfortable, safe, and known. But the truth is, running from fear is the very thing that keeps you from your greatest potential. If you want to live a life of extraordinary success, you must learn how to face your fears head on. And that is exactly what I am here to talk about today. Fear is often misunderstood. It's easy to think of fear as a force meant to hold you back, to stop you from doing the things you want to do. But fear is actually your body's natural response to the unknown. It's there to protect you, to alert you to potential danger. The challenge is when fear becomes irrational or when it exaggerates threats that aren't even real. Fear, in its most basic form, is a survival mechanism. Think about our ancestors. When they encountered a wild animal, fear was what triggered the fight or flight response, ensuring they either fought the danger or ran for their lives. In the modern world, however, we face different kinds of fears. We fear failure, rejection, criticism, and the unknown. These fears don't always pose a physical threat, but they can be just as paralyzing. But here's the truth: fear is not your enemy. Fear is an indicator that you're on the verge of something significant. If you feel fear, it's because you are stepping into new territory, into growth. Fear is telling you that you're about to stretch yourself, about to move outside your comfort zone, and that's exactly where the magic happens. Let me put it this way: fear is the compass that points you in the direction of personal growth. When you feel fear, take it as a sign that you're on the right path. Most people's first instinct when they encounter fear is to avoid it. We retreat back into our comfort zones, the places that feel safe and familiar. But avoiding fear comes with a steep cost. It costs you your dreams. It costs you the life you were meant to live. I want you to think for a moment about the opportunities you've passed up in your life simply because you were afraid. Maybe you didn't ask for the promotion because you were afraid you weren't ready. Maybe you didn't start that business because you were afraid of failure. Maybe you stayed in a relationship or a job that wasn't fulfilling because the fear of change was more comfortable than the fear of the unknown. Every time you run from fear, you run away from growth. You stay stuck in a loop, repeating the same patterns, staying in the same place, and missing out on opportunities that could change your life. The truth is, when you run from fear, you run from your future. You rob yourself of the opportunity to become the person you are capable of being. So what happens when you run? You stay small. You live a life of mediocrity. You put your dreams on hold, convincing yourself that it's just too risky, too uncertain, or too difficult. But the cost of that decision is far greater than the fear you are avoiding. Running from fear guarantees that you'll never become the person you were meant to be. The longer you avoid it, the more it controls you, the more it weakens your resolve. The longer you avoid the hard things, the harder they become. But here's the good news: you don't have to run. In fact, you are stronger than you think. You have the ability to face your fears, to move past them, and to come out the other side stronger, more confident, and more capable than ever before. What does it mean to face your fears? It means acknowledging them. It means looking fear in the eye and saying, "I'm not going to let you control me anymore. I'm going to face you head on." It means taking the next step, even when you don't feel ready. Even when you don't feel ready, even when the odds are against you. Let me share something with you. Every successful person you admire, whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, or leaders, has faced fear. The difference between them and most people is that they didn't let fear stop them. They faced it, learned from it, and used it to fuel their journey. Take Michael Jordan, for example. He was cut from his high school basketball team, told he wasn't good enough. He could have given up then, but he didn't. He faced the fear of rejection and failure and used it to push himself harder. He didn't run from it, he leaned into it. And that's why he became one of the greatest athletes of all time. The truth is, fear doesn't go away. But when you face it, it becomes smaller. The more you confront your fears, the more you expand your comfort zone, the more you grow. The things that once seemed impossible begin to seem more and more possible. So how do you start facing fear today? The first thing you need to do is recognize that fear is part of the journey, not the enemy. You're going to experience fear at every level of success. But the difference between successful people and everyone else is how they manage that fear. Here's what I want you to do. Acknowledge the fear, don't deny it. Fear is real, but don't let it control you. Recognize that fear is a natural response to stepping out of your comfort zone. Break it down. When you face a big fear, it can feel overwhelming. Instead of running away, break it down into smaller, manageable pieces. Start small. If you fear public speaking, start by speaking to a small group of friends. Gradually build your confidence. Shift your mindset, reframe fear as a tool for growth. When you feel fear, see it as an opportunity to expand, to learn, and to grow. Fear means you are evolving. Take action. The best way to overcome fear is through action. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the fear to disappear. Take the first step, and then the next one. Each action builds your confidence and diminishes fear. Fear may come back, but persistence is your ally. Keep facing it, keep pushing forward, and over time, fear will have less and less control over you. Building a courageous mindset doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice, dedication, and persistence. The key is to keep your focus on your goals, on the bigger picture. Fear may be in the room, but it's not the one in charge. To develop courage, practice these habits. To visualize success, close your eyes and imagine yourself succeeding. Feel the emotions. See the success in your mind. The more you visualize success, the easier it becomes to take action. Surround yourself with positive influences. Your environment plays a big role in how you manage fear. Surround yourself with people who support and encourage you. Stay away from those who discourage you or feed your doubts. Challenge your comfort zone. Make a habit of doing things that scare you. Take one step each day to expand your comfort zone. Over time, the things that once terrified you will become second nature. Failure is not your enemy, it's a part of the process. Every successful person has faced failure. The difference is, they didn't let failure stop them. They learned from it, adapted, and kept moving forward. When you fail, you are not a failure. You are a learner. Embrace failure as a stepping stone to success. The more you fail, the stronger and more resilient you become. When you face challenges head-on, you may stumble, fall, and feel like giving up. But these moments are not failures, they are opportunities to build mental resilience, the foundation of all growth and success. Mental resilience is your ability to recover quickly from setbacks and to maintain a strong mindset, even in the face of adversity. How do you build this resilience? Start with daily habits that strengthen your mindset. Begin your day with affirmations that remind you of your strength. I am capable. I am strong. I can face anything. End your day reflecting on the small victories, no matter how minor they seem. By practicing gratitude for your progress, you build a shield against the negativity fear can bring. The resilience also grows when you take time to learn from every setback. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me, ask, what can I learn from this? Every obstacle is a stepping stone to the life you want. The more resilient you become, the less fear will hold power over you. Patience is a rare virtue, especially in today's fast-paced world. We want results now. But overcoming fear and achieving greatness requires time, persistence, and above all, patience. Fear feeds on impatience. It whispers lies like, you're not moving fast enough or you're not good enough to succeed. But the truth is, every small step you take toward facing your fears is progress. Think of an artist sculpting a masterpiece. Each strike of the chisel may seem insignificant, but over time, those small actions reveal something extraordinary. Your journey is no different. Trust that every moment of effort, every challenge you overcome, is shaping you into the person you're meant to be. Patience turns fear into a stepping stone rather than a barrier. Fear often arises from uncertainty. The unknown looms large in our minds, creating doubt and hesitation. But there is a simple yet powerful way to diminish this fear: preparation. I think about a time when you walked into a situation completely unprepared. Fear likely consumed you. Now contrast that with a time when you were fully equipped, whether for a presentation, an exam, or a life-changing decision. The difference is undeniable. Preparation instills confidence, and confidence is fear's greatest enemy. Spend time preparing for your goals. If you fear public speaking, rehearse relentlessly. If you fear failure in a new venture, study the market, learn from mentors, and arm yourself with knowledge. Preparation reduces fear by giving you control over the things within your power. Fear has the power to paralyze you, but it also has the potential to propel you forward. Let me share a secret: fear is energy. The same fear that causes you to hesitate can also push you toward greatness if you channel it correctly. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, ready to leap into the unknown. Fear grips you, your heart pounds, and your mind races with doubt. But if you take that leap, something incredible happens. The energy of fear transforms into exhilaration, momentum, and growth. Use fear as a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. When you feel afraid, recognize it as proof that you're about to grow. Let it fuel your journey rather than stop you in your tracks. Fear thrives in isolation. When you're alone, fear can magnify your insecurities, making challenges seem insurmountable. But when you surround yourself with the right people, fear loses its grip. Support from others can remind you of your strength when you feel weak, of your potential when you feel small. Seek out mentors who have already faced the fears you're dealing with. Surround yourself with friends and family who uplift you, not those who feed your doubts. Share your fears openly. It's amazing how much lighter they feel when spoken aloud. Remember, courage may begin with you, but it grows exponentially when nurtured by a community. Fear often tricks us into thinking we're not making progress. It tells us you're not there yet, or you'll never make it, but progress is not about reaching the destination, it's about moving forward, even if the steps are small. Celebrate your small wins. Did you take one step toward your goal today? Did you confront even the smallest fear? These moments matter. They are proof that you are stronger than your doubts. By acknowledging these victories, you build momentum, and with momentum, fear begins to fade into the background. Confidence is not something you're born with, it's something you build through action. Every time you take a step, no matter how small, you reinforce the belief that you can succeed. This is the confidence loop. Action builds confidence, and confidence fuels further action. Start with small, manageable challenges. Each time you succeed, you expand your comfort zone, making the next challenge seem less daunting. Over time, the fears that once paralyzed you will seem trivial, and the confidence you built will serve as the foundation for even greater achievements. Here's a truth most people don't realize: fear never truly disappears. Even the most successful people feel fear, it's just that they've learned to embrace it. They've learned to see fear not as an obstacle, but as a companion on their journey. Understand that fear is a natural response to growth. It's a signal that you're stepping into new territory, pushing beyond your limits. Rather than running from fear, make peace with it. Accept it as a sign that you're on the right path. With this mindset, fear becomes less of a barrier and more of a guide. The life you dream of, the success you crave, and the person you want to become, all of it is on the other side of fear. But you must make the choice to face it. Each time you confront your fears, you reclaim a part of your power. Each step you take is a declaration that you refuse to let fear control your destiny. Imagine a future where fear no longer dictates your decisions. Imagine living a life of purpose, courage, and fulfillment. That future is possible, but it requires action. Don't wait for fear to disappear, it won't. Instead, take action despite it. With every step, you'll grow stronger, more confident, and more resilient. Fear often takes root in our minds. When we allow our thoughts to dwell on the worst-case scenarios, we replay moments of failure, rejection, or embarrassment, giving fear a foothold. But what if we could reverse this process? What if, instead of imagining failure, we vividly imagine success? This is where the power of visualization comes in. Visualization is more than just daydreaming, it's a deliberate practice of picturing your goals and achievements with clarity and emotion. Start by creating a mental movie of your success. Close your eyes and see yourself stepping up to challenges, overcoming obstacles, and achieving your dreams. Add as much detail as possible the sights, sounds, and feelings of success. When you visualize consistently, you begin to reprogram your brain. Your subconscious starts to align your actions with your imagined success, making it feel more attainable. Visualization shifts your focus from fear to possibility, transforming what once seemed insurmountable into something within reach. Facing your fears doesn't guarantee immediate success. In fact, it often brings setbacks, failures, rejections, or unforeseen challenges. These moments can feel discouraging, but they are an essential part of growth. Each setback is a teacher, offering lessons you can use to refine your strategy. When you face a failure, resist the urge to dwell on it. Instead, analyze it objectively. Ask yourself what worked, what didn't. What can I do differently next time? Write these answers down and treat them as a roadmap for improvement. Remember, every successful person has faced setbacks. The difference is that they didn't stop. They learned, adapted, and kept moving forward. By transforming setbacks into stepping stones, you build resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger with each challenge. Fear often starts in the mind, rooted in the stories we tell ourselves. These narratives shape our beliefs, and our beliefs shape our actions. If you tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I always fail," you reinforce fear. But here's the good news: you can change the story. Begin by identifying the limiting beliefs holding you back. Write them down and challenge their validity. Ask yourself, is this belief based on fact, or is it a fear-based assumption? Next, replace these beliefs with empowering ones. For example, if you've been telling yourself, "I'm not skilled enough," reframe it to, "I'm constantly improving and learning." Repeat these affirmations daily until they become your new truth. Over time, you'll notice a shift in how you perceive challenges not as threats, but as opportunities. Leadership is often intimidating because it comes with visibility and responsibility. You may feel unqualified or fear making mistakes, but leadership is not about being perfect, it's about being brave enough to take the first step. Start by leading in small ways. Volunteer to take charge of a project, mentor someone, or organize an event. These small acts build confidence and prepare you for larger roles. Understand that mistakes are part of the process. Instead of fearing them, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. True leaders inspire others by their willingness to face fears. When you step up, you encourage those around you to do the same. Leadership is about progress, not perfection. And with every fear you face, you become more equipped to lead with authenticity and courage. One of the most paralyzing fears is the fear of what others might think. We hesitate to take action because we're afraid of judgment, criticism, or rejection. But consider this: the people who criticize you are often those who lack the courage to pursue their own dreams. Shift your perspective on criticism. Instead of seeing it as a personal attack, view it as feedback. Some criticism may be constructive and help you grow, while other criticism may simply reflect the insecurities of the critic. Either way, it doesn't define your worth or potential. Ask yourself, whose opinion truly matters to me? Focus on the voices of those who support and encourage you. Most importantly, cultivate self-belief. When you are confident in your own path, the opinions of others lose their power to derail you. Success is often romanticized, but the reality is that it brings its own set of challenges. With success comes greater visibility, responsibility, and the pressure to maintain your achievements. For some, this fear of success is as daunting as the fear of failure. To overcome it, redefine what success means to you. Instead of seeing it as a destination, view it as a journey. Success doesn't require perfection, it requires progress. Embrace the responsibilities and challenges that come with success as opportunities to grow further. Remind yourself that you deserve success. It's not something to fear, but something to celebrate. Every milestone you achieve is proof of your courage, persistence, and capability. When fear arises, it's often because we're not fully committed to our goals. Doubts creep in, making us question whether the effort is worth it. But commitment silences fear. Think about a time when you were deeply committed to something, perhaps a project, a relationship, or a dream. Did fear stop you? Likely not, because your commitment was stronger than your doubts. Decide today to commit fully to your aspirations. Write down your goals and the reasons they matter to you. Create a plan and take consistent action. With every step forward, your commitment grows and fear loses its grip. Discomfort is often the breeding ground for fear. We avoid it, preferring to stay in our comfort zones where we feel safe. But growth doesn't happen in comfort, it happens when we stretch ourselves. Start small. Each day, challenge yourself to do one thing that pushes you out of your comfort zone. It could be as simple as speaking up in a meeting, trying a new skill, or having an honest conversation you've been avoiding. Over time, your comfort zone expands. What once felt impossible becomes routine, and you realize that discomfort is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It's a sign that you're growing, evolving, and becoming the person you're meant to be. Fear is a cage that keeps you from living fully. But when you confront it, you unlock the door to freedom. Imagine a life where fear no longer dictates your choices, a life where you pursue your dreams without hesitation and face challenges with confidence. Freedom doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means the presence of courage. Each time you act despite your fear, you reclaim your power. Fear no longer controls you, you control your destiny. Make a commitment to live fearlessly. Write down the fears that hold you back and the actions you'll take to overcome them. Then take the first step. With each step, you'll feel the weight of fear lifting and the lightness of freedom taking its place. Facing fear is not a one-time act, it's a lifelong journey. As you grow, new fears will arise, but so will your ability to overcome them. Each time you confront fear, you build a habit of courage that strengthens with time. Remember, fear is not your enemy, it's your guide. It shows you where you need to grow and challenges you to rise higher. Don't run away in fear, face it head on. Learn from it, grow because of it. Your life is too valuable to be dictated by fear. Step into your potential with courage, determination, and faith in yourself. The world needs your unique gifts, and only by conquering fear can you share them fully. Fear is not always a negative force. In many cases, it's a signal that you're on the verge of growth. Think about the moments in your life when you felt the most fear before a big presentation, starting a new job, or making a life-changing decision. Often these moments were also the ones where you grew the most. When fear shows up, recognize it as an opportunity to expand your capabilities. Ask yourself, what am I about to learn? What new skills, perspectives, or strengths will I gain from this experience? By reframing fear as a growth signal, you transform it from an obstacle into a motivator. Instead of running from fear, run toward it. Each time you embrace fear, you step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Many fears stem from feeling unprepared. Whether it's fear of failure, rejection, or embarrassment, these emotions often arise when we feel uncertain about our ability to handle a situation. Preparation is the antidote. When you prepare thoroughly, you replace fear with confidence. If you fear public speaking, practice your speech until it becomes second nature. If you fear a job interview, research the company and rehearse your answers. Preparation doesn't eliminate challenges, but it equips you to face them with greater assurance. Remember, confidence is built through preparation. The more you prepare, the less room there is for fear to take hold. The unknown is one of the most common sources of fear. We fear what we can't predict or control. But here's the truth: the unknown is where possibilities live. If you stay in your comfort zone, you might avoid fear, but you'll also miss out on opportunities for growth, success, and happiness. To face the unknown, shift your mindset. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, think about what could go right. Embrace curiosity and treat the unknown as an adventure. Life is unpredictable, but that's what makes it exciting. Trust that you have the strength and resourcefulness to handle whatever comes your way. The unknown isn't something to fear, it's something to explore. Fear often triggers intense emotions, anxiety, stress, or even panic. Learning to manage these emotions is crucial in facing your fears. Emotional resilience is the ability to stay calm and focused under pressure, and it's a skill you can develop. Start by practicing mindfulness. When fear arises, take a moment to pause and breathe deeply. Ground yourself in the present moment instead of letting your thoughts spiral into worst-case scenarios. Journaling is another powerful tool. Writing down your fears and feelings can help you process them objectively. Over time, these practices help you respond to fear with clarity and composure rather than overwhelm. Facing fears is easier when you don't do it alone. The people you surround yourself with play a significant role in either fueling your fears or helping you overcome them. Seek out mentors, friends, or family members who believe in you and encourage you to face your fears. Share your challenges with them and let their support empower you. At the same time, distance yourself from those who reinforce negativity or doubt. Remember, you don't have to face everything on your own. Sometimes the courage to confront fear comes from leaning on others. Avoiding fear may provide temporary relief, but it comes with a long-term cost. Each time you avoid a challenge, you reinforce the belief that you're incapable of facing it. Over time, this leads to a smaller, more constrained life. Consider the opportunities you've missed because of fear. Imagine the life you could have if you stopped letting fear dictate your choices. Reflecting on these costs can be a powerful motivator to take action. The longer you avoid fear, the more power it gains. The sooner you confront it, the sooner you reclaim control of your life. Fear is paralyzing only when you let it be. The best way to diminish fear is to take action. Even the smallest steps can break fear's hold on you. Start by identifying one fear you want to confront. Break it down into manageable steps. For example, if you fear starting a new business, your first step might be researching the market or creating a business plan. With each small action, your confidence will grow and fear will diminish. Action doesn't eliminate fear, but it makes it irrelevant. When you're moving forward, fear loses its ability to stop you. Fear often points to the things that matter most to us. If you fear failure, it's because success matters to you. If you fear rejection, it's because connection matters to you. Instead of avoiding fear, use it as a guide to discover what you truly value. Ask yourself, what does this fear reveal about my goals, dreams, and priorities? Let your answers guide your actions. By leaning into your fears, you align yourself with your deepest values and aspirations. Ultimately, the greatest fulfillment comes from facing your fears and pursuing what truly matters to you. Fear is not the enemy, it's a compass pointing you toward a life of purpose and meaning. Your fears are not walls, they are doors waiting to be opened. Don't let fear hold you back from the life you deserve. Step through those doors with courage and you'll find a world of possibilities on the other side.